This is Kelso Surgeon. Thank you again for joining me for another day at my College of Advanced Sports Handicapping. Today I'm going to talk a lot about the Super Bowl, a little bit about the NBA, and just a reminder, I will be back here on Saturday morning with a complete rundown on college basketball for the day. Right back on Sunday morning with a complete rundown of the Super Bowl. Also, I'll be having a new column every single day on my website addressing current events, but focusing a lot on the Super Bowl. Tremendous interest this time around. You know, a lot of people thought if New England didn't play the 49ers that Super Bowl would be a disaster. Hasn't turned out that way among fans and bettors. Heavy action in the Super Bowl. The Ravens and the 49ers attracting just as much attention as the Patriots and the 49ers would have done, which is kind of amazing, but it also shows the interest in the two teams and in the Super Bowl. Right now, by the way, San Francisco is a 4-point favorite in most sports books in Las Vegas and in most sports books offshore. However, it's interesting that in both places, in Las Vegas, for instance, at the Mirage, and at several spots offshore, the money is shown on the Baltimore side to the extent that they are offering the game San Francisco -3.5. Obviously, you don't have to be a genius. If you like Baltimore, you want to find some place where the number is 4. If you like the 49ers, you want to find some place where the number is 3.5. Shop around, and that's why it's very important to have more than one outlet. And the total on the game has settled in at 47.5, almost across the board. You'll have to hunt far and wide to find a number that's any different than that. So right now, the Super Bowl, San Francisco -4 in most places, but money coming in on Baltimore and dropping the number in some places to 3.5. The total is solid 47.5 across the board. You know, I'm going to cover a lot of this on Sunday, but you know, as you begin to handicap this game, I'm going to throw one thought at you. Just keep in mind that both these teams love to run the football. I plant that seed now. We'll address that later. Also, the betting options on this game are absolutely unlimited. Here in Las Vegas, there are sports books offering more than 300 proposition bets. That's absolutely amazing, and I'm going to address some of these at the end of this report, just to give you some insight. You know, sometimes a bettor has tunnel vision. He knows he can bet on the side. He knows he can bet on the total and maybe a parlay or a teaser or whatever, but he fails to realize there are legitimate proposition bets out there that could fit his taste and pay a generous reward for a modest wager. And we're going to get to some of those, as I say, at the end of the show here. Now let's run down what's going on Thursday night. It's my 100-unit college upset game of the year. An underdog that I believe will just march right to the man and win by 8 or 9 points. You can get that game right now on this website or toll free at 1-800-755-2255. All major credit cards accepted. Once again, my 100-unit college upset game of the year on this website right now, or toll free at 1-800-755-2255. All major credit cards accepted, and tend to get all the cash. Now on Friday, releasing my 100-unit NBA game of the year. Now this month, or the month of January, which ends today, released 450-unit plays in the NBA, won 3 of them, lost 1. Friday night found the perfect spot to go for a 100-unit play, so don't miss that one. Also available on this website and toll free at 1-800-755-2255. On Saturday, it will be my 200-unit college blowout game of the year. I'm 11-2-1 in these games this season. All of them 100-unit plays. We step it up a little bit Saturday, a 200-unit play. Don't miss that. And then on Sunday, my first 400-unit release ever on the Super Bowl. And it will be a powerful play, I can promise you. 300 units on the side, 50 units on the total, a 50-unit parlay at odds of 13-5 on the side and total, and then throwing in as a free bonus 5 proposition bets that I think will march right to the winner's circle. It's a big day. Once again, all selections available on this website and toll free at 1-800 755-2255. Now let's discuss the NBA here for just a minute if we might. You know, a lot of people say, well, you know, you can't beat the NBA, but, you know, I've proved year after year that you certainly can. And there are teams that you can just automatically take edges with. For instance, if you want to bet on just select teams that cover the number, get these figures right here, and one of them is going to stun you. Memphis, 29-15 straight up, 26-16-2 against the number, which means Memphis is covering 61% of the time, almost 62% of the time. Oklahoma City, 34-11, 26-17-2 against the number, covering 60% of the time. Now get this, the Washington Wizards, 11-33 straight up on the season, 27-16-1 against the spread, covering 62.7% of the time, which actually makes them, for bettors, the best bet in the NBA right now. Very odd, I understand that. But here we have the Washington Wizards, won 11 games this season. They've covered in 27 games, a big number. Just keep in mind, if you're looking to bet on teams that cover, Memphis, Oklahoma City, and the Washington Wizards get it done. If you want to throw your money away, step in there with Charlotte, which is 16-28-1 against the number, covering 36% of the time. Now let's discuss some of these proposition bets. I want you to open up your mind a little bit and realize that the opportunities are out there. Now, if this is a list of 15 pages of proposition bets from just one casino here in town. There's about 10 or 12 proposition bets on each page, which means that we've got somewhere between 150 and 200 props in just this one casino. Others, as I said, have 300. You know, keep in mind that you obviously have the obvious play, side and total. You can bet the halftime. You can bet in the game at most sports books here in Las Vegas. I don't know how it is where you are, but you can bet on every play. You can bet any minute. You can bet at the beginning. You can bet at the end. So in-game wagering is very much in vogue in the Super Bowl, and every casino here in town will have that. I duck that because I get dizzy trying to keep up with what's going on. You could also wager by the quarters. You know, every team has a history, every NFL team has a history of how many points is scored in each quarter this season. Look it up. Maybe you'll take an edge in using quarters here. But here's something that I'm going to fool around with. I'm not necessarily going to tell you what I'm going to do. But here's some special point spread bets that are being offered by almost all bookmakers. Now, we know that San Francisco is a 4-point favorite in most places, 3.5 in others. But here's where you might make a score. For instance, if you like the Baltimore Ravens to win straight up and you think they'll do it by more than 3.5 points, you can lay 3.5 points with the Ravens and get $210 for every $100 wagered. If you want to lay 7.5 with the Ravens, you can get $350 for your money. Same situation with the 49ers. If you want to take 3.5 with the 49ers, you'll have to lay $270 to win 100. What I'm trying to say here, that option is there. It's for you, and I intend to play myself in some of those particular areas. Very strong opinion on this Super Bowl, or I wouldn't be releasing it as a 400-unit play. Now also, you can bet on the margin of victory. For instance, if you like the 49ers to win by 1 to 3 points, you can get 9 to 2 for your money. If you like the Ravens to win by 1 to 3 points, you can get 5 to 1 for your money. If you think Ray Rice will score the first touchdown of the game, you can get 5 to 1 for your money. If you think Frank Gore will score the first touchdown of the game, you can get 9 to 2. You can even break that down by team. Ray Rice is 5 to 2 to score the first touchdown for Baltimore. Frank Gore is 5 to 2 to score the first touchdown for San Francisco. And keep in mind, I said these are teams that love to run the football. The proposition bets are out there. Open your eyes. Some of them you can handicap. Now, you know, bets like who's going to win the coin toss. Well, there's no edge there. It's luck. 50% heads, 50% tails. But there are spots and proposition bets where you can step right in and take an edge, and I encourage you to do that. And we're going to cover some of that on my Sunday report. Remember, back here on Saturday morning, with a complete college report, a dynamite program on Saturday, coming then right back on Sunday morning with a full report on the Super Bowl and offering some insight into how to handle the bets and some insight into where I think things are going to go. Once again, I thank you for watching. Keep in mind all games available on this website and toll free at 1-800-755-2255. All major credit cards accepted. Good luck today.